Going on, everybody? It's Mike and X from Max Movie Reviews. Welcome back to
Hello.
the show. We're back on, and we got some news for you.
We got some interesting topics coming on, and the first one that we wanted to talk about was actually something that you brought up, X, about Aladdin's Jafar wanting to return to the sequel.
Yeah,
There was an article on
Screen Rant.
Screen Rant
Yep.
about it, and apparently he wants to play the role for the new sequel, and it's been confirmed that there is a sequel in development.
Yeah.
Uh,
So it's going to be Marwan Kanzari, who did a great job playing Jafar. By the way, I think he did pretty good.
you had some good
I liked the movie. I think it was
good thoughts about it. I enjoyed the movie. I thought Will Smith did a fantastic job as the genie. I think Jafar could have been a little better. I don't know.
Maybe could have been a little more menacing.
That's a great word to say. Like more menacing, more of a villain. But it's important to know that Disney, when the original animated film came out, there was a sequel, like Aladdin: The Return of Jafar.
Right.
It's important to know that this will not follow that movie per se. So there's gonna be. I'm excited to see like the broad kind of concept that they can make. But I'm okay with a sequel. I'm okay with giving this person another chance to play the role.
Yeah.
I mean, overall, I'm excited. You know, it's another Disney film, so hopefully it's good.
And Disney realized that they have a cash cow with turning these movies into live action films. I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I don't even. I can't even remember how the first film ended. Actually no, because he had all the power, and then he went into the lamp. Um, so there's something there. They can come up with a concept and make a film. It would be great if all of the original cast returned. That would be
Yeah.
even better. Even if Will Smith doesn't have his powers, it would be great to see him in the role. So I'm excited. Hopefully it happens.
Yeah.
Hopefully within the next couple of years. I don't want to wait too long.
No,
But
but let me say though, like the musical scenes in that with Will Smith were great.
yeah, they did a really good job with the musical numbers and just
I enjoyed it.
the effects and he somewhat stole the show as the first one did with Robin Williams. But I think he
Yes.
was a pleasant surprise to everybody because that was the biggest thing. That was the biggest thing. Like, how is he going to compare to Robin Williams? But if you looked at him just as a character, I thought he did a fantastic job.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. And let's say that being said, was there a release? There's not a release date on the second one.
There
Obviously,
is
there's
not a
not
release
much
date
on it.
now.
But like I said, it is coming out, and when it comes out, we'll be there to see
Yeah,
it. Check it
I'll be
out.
there probably opening night and watch it, and it better be good.
Yeah. And in our other
Oh yeah.
news, we just came out recently, I think this past Wednesday, Walmart is transforming 160 store parking lots into drive-in movie theaters.
Yeah, this is pretty interesting. You kind of brought this up to my attention, and I mean to kind of dive into it, they're partnering up with Tribeca Films. It's basically a global media company that I think Robert De Niro established, like the big
Yeah.
Mahath, of acting and all that stuff. And they do a lot of
Yeah, it said
film festivals and things like that. But this is very intriguing and very different from how movies have been seen over the past 2 decades or so.
yeah, I mean, so like we've all been to drive-in theaters at one point in our life, but this is cool to be in Walmart parking lot, and it's going to be for the summer, so it's going to be a limited time.
Yeah,
But there's going to be a total of 320
I think it
shows
said from
at
August
each
to
location.
October.
Yeah, not sure of all the locations just yet, but they're going to have like guest appearances and different things like that. Um, at some of these locations.
Yeah, it's interesting to this is actually very, very interesting because of what Walmart is and what kind of service they deliver. And it seems from the articles that I'm reading, they just want to give a family fun experience. So I would imagine that the movies are more family centric because a
Yes.
drive-in theater, you can bring your family. And what's interesting is they're going to have all their concessions. From what I was reading from the article that you sent me, basically done touchless. You can order your stuff online and get it delivered to your car, which I think is a fantastic way to do it. And
Yeah.
most, I don't know of any drive-in theaters around my area, but I know now they turn on their cars, they shut the lights off, but they tune in to a certain station that plays the audio of the actual film.
Yeah, so I went to one in Saco, Maine, about 2 years ago, and there's one I think in Jersey. I think it's Becky's Drive-In.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, you tune your radio to whatever
Yeah,
they say, and then you see everything comes through your car, and then your concessions will come to your car, which is awesome.
because they used to have the little boxes that you drive up
Yep.
next to, and you hook on your car. Uh,
Now, yeah.
so my concern is, and I was kind of thinking about this, and I wanted to get your thought on it. But what about WalMarts that like? Do you think there's going to be kind of a scheduling conflict? Because there's a couple points here. One, WalMarts some WalMarts are 24 hours, and
Right.
then some WalMarts aren't. And then a lot of the WalMarts are always in a giant shopping center. It's in a giant like shopping complex. So I'm intrigued at like the certain WalMarts. Then you're gonna have to block off the area for the parking lot and all the sections. But it's an interesting idea.
Yeah.
It
So
it's just like a small obstacle, but I think that's gonna be. I mean, I'm very, very curious of how it's gonna look when they have a Walmart ready to go. To test this theory out and see how it works.
well, look in the article. It says that people are going to feel more safer coming to drive-ins than going to indoor theaters because of COVID. I feel like,
Yeah,
but I think the WalMarts that shut down at like 11, they might be a good
yeah.
candidate
There's I'm sure there's WalMarts that like have an actual closing time.
for 10 or oh yeah. There's something near me that closes at like 9, I
Yeah.
think. So
Then you set
um,
up somehow and you get the movie going. I guess. I mean, maybe they'll have a limit on a certain amount of cars because maybe you have a certain size of a screen, and then I'm I want to see what happens in the next couple of weeks because it's supposed to start in August, I believe. So it's
yeah.
going to be soon. So I want to see how everything kind of works out. But it's exciting and it's interesting because even now, COVID's I guess not really on the back end, but things are more open. Theaters plan to open up. So from a competitive standpoint, how well do you think they're going to fare against the movie theaters opening up?
Well, just in reading currently from the article, it says that 20 drive-ins right now are open around the country out of 305 that exist.
Okay.
So um, I think that they might do better now because of COVID. Like I said before, people might not want to be inside of a theater
That's a good point. People will probably want to take the extra precaution
and be
and
outside and not be.
stay in their car
Yeah.
and watch a movie.
So we just might see some big movies come out into drive-ins just as well as in
That
theater.
would be interesting if you had an actual movie releases rather than showing just regular movies that have already been out in theaters, out on DVD. But if you had
Yeah.
like a movie release on those theaters, that would be very interesting.
Yeah. I mean,
That would be
so
a
we'll
big
see.
a big draw that could maybe separate themselves from all the theaters opening up.
Yeah, so I'll be interested to see the data when this thing's in the middle of it with the drivers at
Yeah.
Walmart because it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I never thought I would see a movie at a Walmart.
Maybe we
I
will.
try
Comes to our area, why
I
not?
try my best to spend as less time as I can at Walmart. I try and
Yeah,
I'm in there, I'm out. Get in, get
in
out.
and out.
So,
Yeah.
but it's cool. So the last article that we kind of have, the last topic that we have today is so I don't know if you are aware of this, but there was something new that released on Disney Plus over the weekend. Yeah, so
Hamilton.
I don't know. So maybe you know more about this than I do. I don't specifically know, but this is more of like a Broadway play, and it was released since the historic musical debut on Broadway in 2015. So now it's being brought onto Disney Plus on the streaming platform, and I gotta tell you, it's been having some positive feedback on the subscription numbers here.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't know too much about it just yet. I am going to watch
Yeah,
it. I am going to see what it's about. I do like Broadway level productions, so I'm interested to see what it is. But like you said, it's gotten a ton of
Disney
views
did a
on Disney
lot of
Plus.
promotions for this, a lot of commercial. You saw it everywhere. You saw ads everywhere. So over the weekend, and I thought this number was very interesting because it gives like the United States numbers and then the worldwide numbers. So since
Oh,
Hamilton
okay.
was put on the platform, the Disney app was downloaded 266,000 times over the weekend
Sounds
in the U.S. alone.
sounds like Mandalorian.
So in worldwide, it was 513,000 downloads.
That's crazy.
That's astronomical when you compare it
That's
with
huge.
things like HBO, Apple TV, all of the other streaming services, and Disney is continuing to kill the game with their
Yeah,
subscriptions.
yeah. Broadway level production. It's about the story of the founding father Alexander
Okay.
Hamilton. Um, historical in nature. Yeah, I'm excited to actually watch this. This is going to be pretty good,
I'll
I
have to
think.
sit down. I don't watch too many musicals, but the last one I saw was
Well,
The Greatest Showman. That was
yeah.
fantastic. I love that movie. Oh my gosh, it was so good.
Well, it seems like this show Hamilton is very hard to get tickets for, from what I'm reading.
Okay.
So now they have it on your TVs and on your phones and on computers. Take a look at it.
Yeah. Disney bought the actual purchasing rights to Hamilton for $75 million. It's insane
That's
that in a
pocket change.
time of
That's
COVID,
pocket change, bro.
oh, it's definitely pocket change. It's
I got that right
oh,
now. Are you
dude.
kidding
I
me?
mean, but it's crazy in the time that we live in now, and with all their issues with Disney World and just all the money that they're losing, just to dedicate money to this property, and then to have all those people download the app and purchase the app, you're already starting to make that money back a little bit. But
Right.
it just broadens the horizon of Disney and what they have on their platform, and companies like HBO, Apple TV. You got the NBC app now. They're
Yeah.
constantly falling behind in what they can offer compared to what Disney Plus can offer. And Disney Plus has a ton
Well,
of stuff coming out soon.
yeah, and that's the thing. Like off the jump on the launch, Disney Plus for me, the big thing was The Mandalorian,
That was a big
and
thing.
it
Yeah,
still is. It still is. I love that show. It's going to be great. It's going to be ongoing. But there's been a little bit of a lull
yeah,
here and there with Disney Plus.
I agree.
But like you said, things are going to start coming out. So I'm going to get more and more into it now. That's going to happen. So
Yeah, Disney Plus had yeah that the Mandalorian was the big thing with their marketing campaign when they first brought out the app, and now the first season's over. Uh,
there's such long gaps between seasons,
there's
man.
a
It's crazy.
very long gap. I
Like
wish.
it reminds me of Stranger
Oh,
Things right now,
dude.
season 3 to 4 on
Well, the
Netflix.
difference is with Stranger Things and Mandalorian is this one thing: is Mandalorian released an episode every single Friday.
I did like that. I did like that actually.
Um, Stranger Things, they unloaded the entire season at once. Now, don't get me wrong, everybody loves to binge. But after the first week or so, nobody talked about Stranger Things. But The Mandalorian, because you had to wait for every episode, I think it was I don't maybe 8 to 10 episodes, something like that. I don't.
I think it's like 10.
You talked
Every 8 to
about
10.
it for 10
We did.
weeks. You talked about it every single. I mean, we were talking about it every single week. So
Yeah.
that's the magic with Disney, and I think Netflix might be doing that soon as well, because you want to keep your viewers interested in what you're providing to the customer.
I kind of hope that that's how it kind of goes from now on for some series.
Yeah.
Like right now, speaking of series, like the 100 on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, I watched all 6 seasons or all whatever it was at one time. But the new season's out on OCW right now, and you can do week by week, obviously, because that's when they're releasing it. So, like I said, it keeps you more engaged.
Yeah.
It keeps you. There's a lot more to talk about, and I like the format.
And with the streaming services, like you're looking at subscriptions, you're looking at the average view times of how long people are staying on the app, how many people are they're going back to the app to keep watching certain titles. But like they could track all those numbers. So it paid off for Disney. So I will binge, but I'm happy with getting excited to watch the new episode every week.
Yeah, and with Hamilton out now, that's another thing that is going to be very popular.
I might have to sit here and watch it. I mean, it made a lot of noise, and for the type of property that it is, it's not just like a movie. For the type of property that it's made a ton of noise, and it's brought a lot more subscriptions to the platform, which the other ones are quickly falling behind as if they weren't already behind. But yeah, so good stuff.
All right, awesome. Well, guys, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
The show, like, comment, hit that all important red button, the subscribe button, help us out with the algorithm, and we will see you later.
See you guys
later.